Hi, beautifuls. You know, I wanted to actually say that to you guys before I even pressed record. So, I don't know, I feel like I'm talking to some, not even, like, literally, like, the collective is just really good looking, right? It's like, need I say more? So today is Thursday, May 15th, 2025, and we're going to be doing your ancestral reading. So we're going to do a collective intake here and see what messages want to come through from our ancestors, what we need to know on today, May 15th. So I'm going to be taking care of my friend's dog while she's away. She's doing some last minute things, so I'll be watching him Friday night, Saturday night, I believe Sunday night. So I'll be chilling out with, it'll be me and Toby. So I'll be recording there over the weekend, for Monday and Tuesday's readings, but I have recorded a few videos in the past at her place, so there's one in specific where actually I did record Toby there at the end. He was just being really cute. This message has really been, I just split the deck, by the way, and happened to see the two major arcana, Temperance and the World. But guys, the collective is stepping into just a new, we're stepping into the new earth, yes, but we're literally just stepping into a brand new timeline, like with each other, the collective, of understanding now, of having more awareness of just how the energies work, especially in relationships. And there you go. Six of Swords with the Hermit, so you did what had to be done. You faced the pain. That's the thing. You went toward the pain, and you sat with it. You contemplated it from your higher self. And guys, we've broken through. Excuse me one second. I need to grab a tissue. All right. Well, I was just doing a strength training workout, and so I had turned the AC down, and it's I guess catching up with me now. This particular the condo that I live in, I've lived in Texas pretty much my whole life, besides 5 of those years being in Massachusetts. This specific condo, although it has it's like the AC unit's like a year old before I moved in. But anyway, she'll maintain it, but if I start opening, like trying to get some sunlight in here, like during the peak hours, it can get really warm. So anyway, but guys, literally you have this is just so beautiful. It just keeps coming, but you guys, you're so you are in an energy of just feeling so victorious, so successful, so supported by the universe. Okay, and maybe not just the universe, but friends and family, just yourself. You just feel like you literally, guys, it's like you've mastered. Really, you've got a beautiful grip on your emotional well-being here with the Queen of Cups, and you've succeeded. You've absolutely succeeded. And now, right now, really what I think there's a call to focus on here is, right now, I think a big part of the collective is understanding where to put our newfound energy and creativity, and what we want to create, how we want to create, who we want to create with, how we're perceiving and daydreaming and our realities to be. So there may be a little bit of struggle at this time here with the Ace of Wands, simply in terms of almost like where to even begin, because the Ace of Wands really does speak to, for me, it's really about beginning. So it's like, like where do you even begin? But I think like instead of getting so, not even necessarily getting caught up, but it's like there is sometimes that bit of dread, right? Of like feeling like, what is it? Or what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? Or should I be doing? It's just take a step back here with the Four of Wands, okay? Which really represents taking a freaking vacation, guys, okay? And it doesn't have to, be a full-blown vacation or anything crazy, but it's more so even just taking time to do things that bring you happiness, maybe a weekend getaway, a spa day, maybe you buy yourself a nice part for your car, that type of thing, where it's like something that just really, just doing something nice for yourself, but giving yourself time to just kind of take a step back from the day-to-day, because there is a call for reflection here. Next to the Nine of Wands in the reverse, which really represent, the Nine of Wands can really represent like strength, but not quite strength, like fortitude. So, there may be a little bit of doubt sometimes here, but the message here is absolutely to keep going, guys. And just when you feel stuck and like you're not sure which way to go, the Ace of Cups is showing itself here. So, just, it's like, let your feelings be your guide, truly. Let your feelings be your guide, and they will guide you exactly to where you need to be. And if that confuses you, I'm talking about doing things that bring you happiness, joy, peace, fulfillment, and any energies in your vicinity, friends, family, lovers. If they're bringing you beautiful, joyous, uplifting, high vibrational energy, great. Otherwise, you're the co-creator of your life. You don't gotta answer to anybody. I also think there's a lot of energies in the collective right now, or there are a lot of us, in the collective where we're starting to, I don't know, we're sensing something, right, in the air. But just focus on your path forward. Don't let any of the riffraff, distract you. Yeah, you're right now. This is on you. This is your manifestation, your alchemization. This is your co-creation. That's gonna be an awesome title. Okay. I just happened to see him at the bottom of the deck, but let's split. And we will dig into... I still don't quite have this spread memorized. Here we go. Alright, a message from your ancestors. Ten of Swords. There's the side. We're basically just explaining that a cycle has completely ended, guys. You went into the pain, you went into the swords. You didn't shy away from it, because regardless of whether this happened or not, you still went the way of the Six of Swords, right? The way of leaving conflict behind. Very beautiful, guys. Very proud of you guys. A person, memory, or past event to guide you. We have the King of Pentacles, so abundance right off the bat. An action you can take to commemorate your ancestors. The Sun in the reverse. I was just talking about taking a freaking vacation, or but maybe this is something where it's like right now things may kind of suck. You're not feeling the best of spirits. That's not to say it's like causing any drama in your life. It's just like things are just not as bright as they once were. Just a couple, it's not even that. It's just like, well, you know what I mean. It's like the energy. It's like there's a loss of dopamine here. It's like the best way to describe it. But I was saying, it's gonna be a call here to tap into your inner child, aka just do things that make you laugh, make you happy, like make you giggle, make you nerd out, An action you can take to follow their guidance in this matter. Beautiful, the Lovers. This is going to be all about choices moving forward, guys. But you're absolutely guided here as you continue along your path, and here in just all your future endeavors, choices. So beautiful. So 2 major arcana here, the Sun and the Lovers. I mean, we saw the Magician. You have the King of Pentacles here. So, again, this is, very, very, very positive, and not even positive, but like powerful energy. I feel that you're really going to be very prosperous. Bottom of the deck, I thought I saw the Judgment in the reverse. And what's funny is when I first, or I guess I should say what's cool, it's really, and I find it fascinating. When I first picked up the deck before I hit record, I had, my deck like this, and I actually had the Judgment in the reverse just right on top like this. And I don't remember why. I can't tell you if it was from whatever. Nonetheless, and so it's interesting to see it here again. So, right off the bat with the Judgment and the Sun in the reverse, like 2 major arcana here. A cycle's ending and you actually feel really great, but at the same time, I just think you need to have fun. I mean, stop beating yourself up if that's the case here. It's like perhaps you're focused on the past, or you're judging things that you did in the past or situations from the past. When you're ready, let the energies go. When you're ready, let the energies go. Because like I said, the cycle's completing. So this is going to improve, guys. I can tell you that right off the bat. It will improve. And the energies are here to support that. Now, this could also be speaking to, some energy of self-doubt regarding that Ace of Wands we saw in the reverse. Excuse me, when we were pre-shuffling. I don't feel necessarily, I feel like you're coming into awareness, whereas before you might not have been as perhaps in tune or as dialed into your intuition as you are like today. But for those of you that may be doubting or judging yourselves too harshly, when I say that, you'll know if that's you. You'll know if I'm talking to you. That in and of itself could be causing you to miss out on opportunities that were awaiting you. So you're going to have to take that as it resonates, Are you almost self-sabotaging in a way, or resisting? It's like, so just reflect on that. You may still, of course, there may still be, thoughts of blaming your partner, just the feelings, things will pop up in your head and you just get annoyed and irritated. But you're being told here again, when we were talking about that 4 of Wands, the Judgment reverse is also a message, basically a push to take time out of your busy routine and literally just reflect upon your life up to this point. Like the choices that you've made up to this point where you are today, it's actually, I'm very proud of you. Did I not say that earlier? I'm very proud of you guys, and the source is very proud of you. So something to keep in mind, All right, now we're going to start here with the 10 of Swords, and this is coming in again as a message from your ancestors. Keeping in mind again, very importantly, that the 10 is indicating the not only because it's the sword, so not only is the 10 indicating an ending of a cycle, but the swords in this situation are, to me, is speaking of pain. So you're ending a cycle of pain, it's like you're no longer going to experience pain, because remember how we saw the world in the temperance. Like, you are literally manifesting, whether you're aware of even manifesting or not, because I've manifested. I manifested something I didn't realize. When I look back on it, I was like, wow, I actually manifested that, because I realized, I was in a good state of mind, emotionally, blah, blah, but that was all before my spiritual awakening, and then I put 2 and 2 together. So, you could say the past couple years, okay, I mean, that could be anywhere from a good hunk of time, or roughly about 10 to the, like 5 to 10 to 3 years, somewhere around there, right? You just came to the point of exhaustion, especially from all the betrayals that you've experienced on your journey. But the 10 of Swords represents endings. It does, we talked about betrayal, and it also represents fear. So, you were in a period of survival for a while. Basically just trying to survive. I feel like not fully self-aware, although you're totally coming into that, you're totally coming into that energy. There's just a little bit of doubt left, but with the energies here, guys, you're going to make the right choices. Once you start tapping into this, again, bringing joy into your life, just doing things that make you happy, or literally just laugh, things where you can relax, reflect, meditation, please, if you can, if that calls to you. Not sure where I was going with that. I'm sorry, my friends. But look, this speaks to being hurt by the actions of others. And these betrayals just, it finally got to the point where it just completely blew up. Like, one thing led to another. And it doesn't have to be with, the same situation or person, but, even just over a period of looking back at, your dating life or your work life, career life, whatever the case is, dealing with family. So, yeah. Breakups were had, separations were had, and of course, with that grief, pain, you could have experienced infidelity in your life, but that's not to say all of you have. So this is a reminder to feel the sadness, give yourself time to, and again, with that Judgment card, you were being called to allow yourself time to, out of your busy schedule, take a step back, reflect, really see how far you've come. But that'll also allow you to feel the feelings, because that's an important part of how you release the final feelings of victimization or desire from pity from others, aka when you can finally forgive and just understand that things aren't happening to you, and things just are. So, if I didn't mention, while the 10 does indicate the ending of a cycle, it also foreshadows the beginning of a better cycle, okay? Alright, so a person, memory, or past event to guide you. So let's see how this resonates with you guys. But we're going to touch here on the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is a very, very generous man. Now, that's just because there's a male depicted on the card, but you could be a very generous female, okay? So really just take the energy of being generous. But as I said, first and foremost, this card screamed abundance to me. Prosperity is entering your life. Kindness is entering your life. Sensuality, okay, aka your true lover, will be entering your life if you so wish. But things are going to start to feel a lot more reliable and just easy going once you start aligning and co-creating. And moving forward, you're very generous with your energy, but you're going to be very serious about the energies that you allow into your life moving forward, especially in love. But you're emotionally and financially secure, and especially remember when I showed you, with the Queen of Cups, and I can't forget what was next to the Queen, but nonetheless, I mean, you're literally like you have such a good emotionally secure stability about you. And your patience, honesty, kindness, and loyalty will be rewarded, guys. Do you see? If you forgot about the Lovers here, and I said that you're protected, you're being guided, and literally right here, this is so awesome. As I've said it a couple times now, but there's something happening here for you. You are going to be rewarded in ways you couldn't even imagine. Like, you think these past people you've been with have amounted to anything. You're like, absolutely. Like, when you meet this person, you're not even like, you're just going to be so in awe of God's creations. So congratulations. And just, and like, you're going to be financially abundant. That's really all I can say. So if you've been doubting that area of your life, I feel like if you've been doubting yourself, your pentacles, your love life, judging your past too harshly, what you've been through. Why do I keep forgetting what I'm saying and stuff? Oh, just whatever. Well, I was going on about it. Just so much abundance is coming in. But, so yeah, in any area of your life, but very specifically, like I see, you're getting beautiful love here and beautiful financial abundance. A better cycle is starting for you. You just need to, I don't want to say loosen up, and maybe some of you need to hear that, but something needs to be done here, guys. Like, I don't know if you've been like almost in hermit mode, like in your cave, just not really seeing the sunlight, maybe for some of you. So I think to touch back on the King of Pentacles coming in for a past person to guide you, literally sources reminding you, especially here with the Judgment in the reverse, sources reminding you to like see how far you've come. Like you are the abundance in your life. You are the abundance in your life. You are the king and or queen of your life. You are the prosperity, the security, the safety, the kindness, the reliability, and the sensuality in your own life. And when you get to this point, understand that, I'm a little emotional. Guys, the bliss that will be experienced, yeah, I'm getting a little teary-eyed. It's, oh my God, it's so beautiful. So, don't mess around. Listen to today's messages. Alright, so the sun. Now, this is coming in for an action, right? An action you can take to commemorate your ancestors. So I think you're going to be got here a bit, right? No. But your ancestors want you to, they want you to they want you to take a look at something, because there's a block here somewhere. Or I don't want to say a block, an imbalance, especially with the temperance that we saw in the beginning. But there's an imbalance here in terms of your happiness. Okay, so, if that resonates to you guys, you just have to, you may be having some difficulty right now finding the positives in certain situations. I mean, you could be in a crummy mood. It's totally fine. That's not saying you can't be. But it's affecting your happiness in some way. Maybe you feel bored. Maybe you feel a little jaded, in terms of like people taking your love for granted. see, I needed a little bit more info here. The Page of Pentacles. So this is a very, this speaks to a very dependable energy, like a dependable offer, a dependable person. And this was an action you can take. I don't know, maybe you're being called to take grounded action in some way. Maybe in terms of your pentacles. But, let me see. You know, the Page of Pentacles, as well, when we were talking about with the Ace of Wands being in the reverse, that it represents new beginnings. And so there's an imbalance there in some form of fashion in terms of your creativity, but I think that's stemming from because of the fact that right now you have an imbalanced mood, I should say. Your happiness is not, it's not just not in flow. You know, you're not necessarily in flow right now, in flow state. But maybe I think you're really just being called. An action you can take, guys. Like, you're being called to start maybe something in terms of your a passion, starting a new endeavor. But this represents new beginnings. So I think if you just, and I've been saying, it's funny because since the full moon reading, and I think even in the, Tuesday's reading that I did, this is the repeating message right now in the collective, is like to just choose new, do new, start new, you know what I mean? Try new, like, you know, so if, you know, maybe just start making plans to achieve your ambitions, you know, because you have big dreams. Maybe you need to this could be a call to even take grounded action in terms of taking the appropriate training. There might be a training that you can take or certificate, some type of, you know, thing that will allow you to do something that you want to do. I mean, you're being called to do that here, and maybe it'll start bringing back into balance, you know, this blocked happiness. And just, you know, set good habits with your finances. But this, you know, the Page of Pentacles is a reminder for you guys to remain passionate and in touch with your original drive, aka with like your intuition, your inner source that just fuels you, guides you, moves you. I mean, it's you, you know, your higher self. And a message here, you know, perfectionism or fear of failure can maybe stopping some of you in your tracks. You know, some of us. I mean, I was there for a bit, like before I started this channel. You know, there were so many things, and then finally I was just like, I just have to do it, and I'm tweaking as I go, right? But you just start. You know, just start. All right, and then an action that you can take to follow your ancestors' guidance in this matter. We have the Lovers, which is a major arcana coming in as, you know, an action you can take. I was talking about choices. So just as you move forward in your choices, and I saw the Temperance there, so you're going to be all right. Don't freak out. It'll just come naturally to you. You're going to seek energies, or partnerships, whether romantic or not, but partnerships that bring, you know, balance, unity. And the primary meaning within the Lovers is harmony. You know, it's just harmony and just perfection in any relationship. Like I said, romantic or not, but just where anyone that you can interact with, anyone that is close to you and actually have a relationship with, there's no tension there because you yourself are good in any situation, right? You're the Queen of Cups. You have that energy. Again, whether male or female, you have emotional balance at your core. You've absolutely earned that and obtained that. It's basically lifestyle now. So it's just moving forward, in terms of lovers, you need to seek energies that are, balanced, that are loving, supportive. I mean, obviously, right? But seriously, be very mindful about the choices you make in love. If you enter business partnerships, possibly romance at work could occur for some of you, but, take that delicately. And just choices. This could be choices about career, but again, any of that, concerning any of that, it's going to be balanced. You don't have to worry about going to extremes in any area, and you're just going to be, making mutually exclusive financial decisions. Like, again, choices. So start making up start understanding what it is, that you don't want, so that you know what it is that you do want, and move forward in your life with that understanding. Be as true to yourself as you can be, and that'll allow you to be genuine and authentic to everyone around you. Okay, I was just talking about all the relationships you have, with people. And otherwise, guys, this is incredibly beautiful reading. We're going to pull a final advice. Okay, Two of Swords. So again, just another call here on choices, okay? I just think if it's, if you get to a choice where you feel unsure here with the Two of Swords, first off, I do want to say it's kind of a reminder again to always remind yourself of your inner strength, of how far you really have come in life, of the times that you've put yourself first, and you reflect back on that and realize you did the best thing you could in that situation. So this card just reminds you, if you ever are met with a choice and you don't know, you just feel an imbalance or something, follow your intuition when making decisions. And it's very important as well to deal with conflicts through clear communication here with the swords. That can represent communication, right? Intelligence as well as pain. So be a clear communicator, and always know that, just keep the faith, guys. Just keep the faith. Anytime as a human soul we're in a period of uncertainty, keep the faith that, Source, or just keep the faith that a better future will emerge, or like that we're safe in the moment. Source has our back. The energy has our back. I keep saying that here. It's really standing out to me. All right, that's just a really cute reading, and I'll see you guys in the next one.